Oh, heck no.
Chick-fil-A is facing major backlash after firing a group of black employees who posted a video online, and critics are now asking whether the company has a double standard when it comes to black cultural expression. Here's what happened. A group of workers, including regular staff and a shift leader, posted a video that went viral. Soon after, they were all fired. Chick-fil-A's response? The company says it does not allow employees to post videos related to the business. But this isn't the first time. Previously, a female employee who actively praised Chick-fil-A food on TikTok and helped drive sales was also let go. Supporters of the company say if you're in uniform or filming inside the store, you represent the brand. The company has the right to set those rules. Critics see a different pattern.
You know why that is? While the other person who was helping the brand, as well as if you saw the Caucasian girls, they were doing like some cheer type dancing, but they have to just make the blanketed rule, even though the action of the other females was probably really acceptable, but it's not worth it because the interpretation is going to be taken by people who don't have common sense and critical thinking. And then they're going to do things like this, like we just witnessed, and they're going to take it too far. So although the people with common sense can actually help the brand, they have to just make the rule because there's going to be people who take it and who push it towards the edge to where it can absolutely shatter the brand. We'll get more into it. Let's finish the news story though.
Inside the store, you represent the brand. The company has the right to set those rules. Critics see a different pattern. They argue the company seems unusually sensitive whenever black employees show personality, join in trends,
Oh
or
wow.
create content on camera. Some have accused Chick-fil-A of having almost zero tolerance for what they call black cultural expression. So here's the question. When a company consistently comes down hardest on one group for the same kind of online behavior, does that stop being about workplace rules? What do you think?
That was not the same type of behavior. We got to cut that out. Y'all, if you could like the video before I give my take, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype. Now, that was not the same type of dance. And even the examples that they showed, that was not the same. The other girl was just critiquing the food and acting like it was so good. But ultimately, here's the thing, right? That was off the behavior because Chick-fil-A isn't even open on Sundays. Chick-fil-A is a Christian company. So I say this to say what they were doing was very much vulgar, very much sexual, and very much inappropriate. And understand, I don't like the fact that we still found a way to try to make it vulgar. Here's what I mean. Understand this. What they really wanted to do, for lack of better words, was shake their ass. That's what they really wanted to do. They really wanted to be shaking their ass. And then, funny enough, the flamboyant brother still found a way to do it. He couldn't help it. But they knew that would have just been too obvious. That would have been like, you know darn well, you don't need to be shaking your A at Chick-fil-A. So they done tried to loophole it to still be vulgar and explicative. And they found a way and said, well, since we can't do what we really want to do and where we try to go do it everywhere, I'll even link the Houston Rodeo reaction video I did, where it's kind of similar thing. But since they knew, no, we definitely can't do this at Chick-fil-A. They're going to come for us. We do this. But we're going to find a way to maneuver within the constraints. And now we're going to bounce our chesticles. We're gonna bounce our bustier. That's what we're going to do. And they didn't think that that would be an issue. So I ultimately say was this really a racial thing? Or did the other videos seem very much wholesome, very much okay? And I'm referring to when they were doing the little cheer thing. That seemed okay. But just bouncing your chest the way that you really want to bounce your backside, I think that this was absolutely justified to fire all of them. Because why would you even do that? Like, what do you even gain from this? What are you representing with this? Why can't we represent other characteristics, other actual traits, aside from the physical explicative traits? That's my issue with this. Again, y'all, before we get into the next clip, you can like the video. Greatly appreciate it.
Short. I'm probably not gonna make it too short, but I'm gonna make it short enough because the bitch don't feel like talking about this shit no more. Okay? We got fired. Every single last one of us got fired. I'm gonna tell you how I made the video, how the thought process of the video came up until when they called me or when I called them and they told me that I was fired. Okay? So we can all stop throwing around this narrative because where I'm at right now is giving that they're blaming me. Bitch. And I wasn't to blame for shit. Okay? Get y'all a drink or something because this may take a while. I know I said I was going to make a short time, but go ahead and get y'all something to eat or something because, bitch, I'm irritated. So, before I made the video, I said, hey, I'm about to make this video real quick. If you want to be in it, let me know. If you don't want to be in it, let me know. All I need y'all to do, and I showed them what I wanted them to do. I said, bounce, go, chest. I'm a boy. I don't really have to, I have to work harder to bounce my chest than a girl. Girls have titties. I have to extra, you know? Oh, I'm a little big, so it was moving on its own this time. I don't know, my chest showing out for y'all. But that's besides the point. It wasn't that serious. This is what I'm trying to say. It wasn't that serious. First of all, our location isn't even like an actual Chick-fil-A. We barely have anything on our menu. If you pull up to our location, I'm not going to say where it's at, but if you scroll down on my page, you'll see where I'm located.
Hey, y'all, let me tell you something, man. I think Chick-fil-A hires pretty well for their managers or pays pretty well for their managers, along with a lot of fast food. Like, you'll be surprised what they get paid. Here's the standard, y'all. The bar is very low. You can do it. Just apply. Because if they hired this dude and they didn't see any red flags, anything wrong, oh, the floodgates is open. Y'all better go get that job before it gets swiped up.
And you walk into our Chick-fil-A, you'll see that we don't have much on the menu. Our Chick-fil-A doesn't even take gift cards. We don't do that. Our Chick-fil-A doesn't even take cash. We don't do that. And I'm saying all this just to let y'all know that this is not an actual Chick-fil-A. It's a Chick-fil-A, but it's not a real deal Chick-fil-A, if you get what I'm trying to say. So
Dude, get
I
on with
asked
it.
everybody if they wanted to be in the video. Of course, everybody said yes, because this is not my first time making a video with my night shift. It's not. And this is not the first video that I've posted that went viral. It could have been just the simple fact that it was the whole crew doing the same thing. And maybe I did do a little bit too much when I turned around and I shook my back because nothing but back and fat was moving. No ass. Okay? Not make it real short. I'm probably not gonna make it too
Ain't that something? We're gonna watch some more stuff. But he's addressing everything but the fact that how do you think bouncing your chest, because really I'm just not saying the vulgar word because I don't want to get flagged or anything, but we even have to avoid saying what it really is. And I'll say it, bouncing your itties. Why did you not think that that was going to be taken in an explicatory way or explicit way, especially when this is an establishment that traditionally has kids working there? This establishment traditionally has kids working there, and you're giving off the image that you, as a grown man, went and told a bunch of kids, hey, bounce these and I'm going to record it. And you thought that was a good idea. See, if he was a straight man and he orchestrated all this, oh, he'd be in a whole heap of trouble. Really, he should be in a heap of trouble for trying to convince them to do it. And even the way he framed it, which was, if you don't want to do it, just let me know. What's that supposed to mean? Like, then they're going to seem like they're not trying to be a part of the culture. Then they're going to seem like they're not being a team player. That's really SA if you really think about it. Him basically going to a group of women, he's the only man there, and then basically saying, I want to do a video of y'all bouncing up and down and make sure your chest bounces with you, and then I want to record it. That can absolutely be perceived as using your position of power to influence some women to do something that they may be uncomfortable doing, but may feel like they have to do because of your position. See, he should really still be judged off that, in my opinion, like a straight man would. Imagine the CEO of Apple just come to work and tell everybody, hey, ladies, secretaries, we're doing something today. We're doing a marketing video where we're going to have you all come and bounce your chest up and down. When really deep down, he always wanted to see that. Really think about how this could be perceived. But he's a part of a protected group, so he's not going to have to worry about that, even though it's really the fair thing that he should.
Manager from the Chick-fil-A video, the one that got fired with all the workers. Yeah, the guy was the owner, the manager. But anyway, according to him, it was a Sunday, they was closed, and he was kind of confused, in my opinion, about why they got fired. And I thought everyone knew this. As long as you wearing the uniform, first of all, you in the building, you wearing the uniform. I thought everyone knew that as long as you wear the uniform and you make a video and you posted it, you still kind of representing the company and they could fire you. Now I am going to try to be a little sensitive when I say this. I am a little disappointed that these didn't look like teenager. Only one might have passed for teenager, but these people is old enough where they could have been able to be like, nah, don't post me. I'm not doing it. I'm not risking my job. I'm not playing with these people's job, whatever the case may be. I just felt like y'all didn't know any better. But evidently y'all don't realize that whether the store was open or not, you're wearing the uniform. You still was at work.
Listen, I'm not a big advocate of just always trying to sue, look for ways to sue willy nilly, but especially if one of those one of those ladies was underage. If I was the parent, we'd be suing Chick-fil-A because, and he just came online and just said that he basically came up with the idea and tried to convince people to do it. Oh, I would definitely sue Chick-fil-A, and because there's no point going after the gay dude. He don't got nothing to sue, but you can still come for Chick-fil-A because they hired him and put him in a position of power. Really, all them ladies could really sue because he had a position of power, and he's a male, and basically he came up with the idea of them bouncing up and down in an explicit manner, and they could really frame it from the perspective that they didn't they felt like if they didn't do it, they would lose their job. Here's my issue with what she's talking about. She's like, I'm a little disappointed. And then it's just because they didn't know not to do that in the uniform. I'm a lot disappointed that they didn't know not to do that at all as young ladies or as ladies. Because some of those other women, they look like they might have been part of the upper management staff or team leads or something. And they were all in on it as well. I'm very disappointed that you would represent yourself in that way, that you would represent your family in that way, that you would represent your culture in that way. I'm very disappointed when I see them shaking their butt all the time too. In totality, this type of behavior I'm disappointed in when I see it because there should be more to you. There should be more that you have to offer, that you have to lead with, instead of your backside or your front side, in my opinion. So for her to be an elder commenting on the situation, what, in my opinion, should have disappointed her was the way that they were acting. There used to be a time if an elder saw younger women doing things in an explicit manner, they would cringe and they'd be like, "Ooh, cover up," and they'd be like, "Oh no," and they'd be very much against that. But I really didn't hear that from her, so I guess I'm going to be the one to have to say it.
I watched the videos of the crew that got fired from Chick-fil-A for doing a dance and posting it, and I'm like, this is not a race problem. This is a booby and a booty problem because, like Chick-fil-A, they run a very tight ship. I mean, they don't play around. They're not even open on Sunday. You're not even supposed to be posting. So if you're going to post, you can't bring out the booby and the booties and not think you might get in a little bit of trouble. And those boobies were out. They were bouncing. Some even put their hands on their own boobies. And the booty, oh yeah, I think he might have been the shift lead. He turned to the camera and did a little shake, shake, twerk, twerk. And I mean, how many rules did you break on that one? So I guarantee that video went right up the chain at HR. And then they heard the song Bitch and the choice of music.
Right.
And yeah, when you got that call and they're like, you're going to be fired. It was kind of like, did you think any different? You think it was going to turn out different?
And when is y'all gonna learn? When you're on the clock, you're supposed to do clock related shit. TikTok is not work related. And then y'all come up here and cry. Y'all didn't see the millions of people. Matter of fact, fuck all that. Y'all didn't see my video when I told y'all don't be doing no motherfucking videos in these people uniform. If you're gonna do that shit in that uniform, you gotta literally get a postie, cover up their sign. They don't want that shit on the internet. Okay, then you got people coming to the store like, oh, I saw y'all on this. Motherfucker ain't buying no chicken, no Chick-fil-A, no shit. Oh, I saw y'all on this. This shit happened when the motherfucker car ran into the McDonald's on Linda. My son was telling me motherfuckers coming in there jumping on the counter and shit. Where do y'all get these rugs from, y'all on? That's all I would know. Just like, which website do y'all go to get these rugs? And I know y'all last on rugs. After working a drive-through last night, I know for a fact the niggas are more rugged up than the bitches. But even the bitches stay slow. Bitch, you was just here yesterday. And you want to pull up to the speaker talking about, me, I start telling them, oh, you said you want a 3-piece with man Shemek. Oh, okay, you want it with a drink or without, girls? You know, I know what I said, bitch. You better say something before I order for you, ho. Fuck wrong with you?
Y'all, this is another elder. She looks like she has to be 50 at least. Another elder. And again, we run into the same dilemma where her issue isn't the fact that you're shaking your boobies and shaking your butt. It's the fact, don't do that in these people uniforms. Or at least cover up your name tag, something. Really? This is why we need men. Because here we have two clear examples. I didn't watch any of these videos beforehand. And I was really hoping to have some faith that we would address the real issue, the root issue, which is what the Caucasian woman actually did. She actually just got straight to it and addressed the real issue, which is shaking your boobies and shaking your booty. And two clear opportunities to just be real about that and be real that that's a problem. And it's clear that we don't think that that's a problem. And see, no man is going to want to see any woman that is a part of their family or especially their responsibility doing that. And they would immediately have a problem with that. And they would immediately cringe at that. We're not even going to address their son doing it. But I think that would have corrected all of that. And we wouldn't even be in this predicament. And we wouldn't be in a lot of these predicaments that we are in general and in mass. And I think that's the biggest issue that I ultimately wanted to bring to the light. And yeah, this is just crazy. And see, we always have this stance where we don't want to just say what's real and what's true and what's going to be helpful in order for us to start moving better moving forward. But it looks like I'm going to have to be the one to do that. Y'all, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. Also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, then it shows the points. And since I'm a smaller content creator, I actually get more points per hype. And it's designed for smaller content creators. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.